Hey, welcome in to Carpooling with Ben, another rainy episode, but it's par for the course. So because it's been a rainy spring, and hopefully it will lead to a beautiful summer for the Ronald McDonald House Providence golf tournament you guys have.
Yes.
I mean, this is such a great event. Nicole Anderson of the Ronald McDonald House joins me in the car once again.
So glad to be here.
Yeah, it's we've come full circle here. We had you in the car last August. We talked about the Women's Classic and the different things that go on there.
Right.
So the golf tournament, though, is like a huge event.
It really is. It's a 2-day event. It's a 2-day golf event. It started, we used to golf on Monday and Tuesday, but we scaled the golfing back down to Tuesday, but it's still a Monday, Tuesday event, and I'll explain how. So it's July 24th, 25th, Lake of Isles and Mohegan Sun.
Okay.
Okay, the golfing is at Lake of Isles.
Where's Lake of Isles?
Lake of Isles is in Connecticut.
Okay, right over the line.
Yeah, right over the line in Connecticut. Easy ride, right off of 95, and nice ride.
Beautiful golf course.
Oh, it's gorgeous, gorgeous. I guess it's one of the best around.
Yeah.
From what I understand.
We got a lot of great golf courses. I mean, don't get me wrong. We got a lot of great scenery, but Lake of Isles is really a top-notch facility. So.
It is nice.
So tell me about the 2-day element of this whole thing.
Okay, so day one, Monday, you come in. We have a 5K called Robbie's Run.
Okay.
And that's done at one of the local parks there, and it's a nice 5K low key event.
Okay.
And what we do is we raise funds, obviously, for the Ronald McDonald House of Providence.
Yep.
And I have to say, this whole event, the 2-day event, is hosted by an organization called Gala Charities, and
gotta love Grampy's.
Gotta love Grampy's. We love Grampy's Charities, and they're out of Connecticut.
Yep.
And huge supporters of the Ronald McDonald House and many other charities.
Sure.
So they host this event for us. So we start with a 5K Robbie's Run, and then from there we go to Mohegan Sun, and we have our golf gala. It's kind of a business casual, lower key type of gala. Fantastic food. It's at Ballo Restaurant.
Okay.
At Mohegan Sun. Your drinks, your food, everything's all included, and you can buy a ticket just for the golf gala. It's $125. You can purchase that right online.
So people can buy a ticket just for the gala.
Right, exactly.
The dinner.
Yep, they can. And it's a fantastic restaurant. The food we went there last year for the first year, and it was fantastic. So we're back again this year. We have a block of rooms available for folks that want to stay overnight. Then you wake up the next morning. You head over to Lake of Isles. It's a very short drive. Go over there for breakfast, and then hitting the tees at 8:30.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
So it is a great event, and it's beautiful, beautiful course, and it's all to support Ronald McDonald House.
That's so great. Now listen, one of the great things about Ronald McDonald House Charities and the Ronald McDonald House of Providence, you can actually see where the funds go simply by taking a ride to Providence and setting up a tour of the house.
Exactly.
And learning about it, because you could do it as an individual, you could do it as a family, you could do it as a corporate, if you want to take your managers or you want to take a team there, because there's opportunities there to do team building as well, in an unconventional way.
Exactly. So we encourage people to come in and take a tour of the house. We love showing people the house that, it's just newly renovated, it's beautiful. 28 bedrooms. We went from 18 to 28.
Right. Huge expansion.
Huge expansion.
We always room at the house.
Always room at the house expansion, yeah.
So, furnished by Carties, our friends.
Fully furnished by Carties. It's absolutely gorgeous. And that's one of the things on the tours that people are just like, this is amazing. It's like, this is what I want in my house. And, we tell them, like, everything, this is, fully furnished by Carties furniture. And, the house is impeccable. And, everyone that comes in, they just comment on how clean our house is and how everything is just so well kept, and that is hugely in part by our volunteers. I mean, we have 150 house volunteers that come in on regularly scheduled days of the week, and they just keep our house going.
They're excellent.
Yeah, and then there are other opportunities like you mentioned for different corporations to come in. We have our meal prep program.
Every night.
Every night there's a home cooked meal for the families at the house. And
it's not hard to get involved. You guys can actually help them. You don't have to have a chef on your staff. You can you guys will actually walk them through the process and get them
Right, we
set
have
up.
a meal prep coordinator, and she'll explain everything that you need to know about meal prep.
Yeah.
And we say that you prepare dinner for like 35 people. People bring in the food, they do the shopping, so they put the menu together. So if you're working with a group of your coworkers, it's really taking you out of that work element and putting you all on the same playing field. So no matter what position you're in at work, you're all on the same playing field, and different talents might rise to the surface. So it's a really good opportunity to see that. It's a different dynamic.
Absolutely. They have all these team building things, which are great. They have different activities to do, but this is something different, and you're giving back, and you're going to come in contact with people who are so appreciative of what you're doing. And to be candid, I often say this about the house, it's one of the most beautiful houses in the state of Rhode Island. I hope you never have to stay there.
Right.
Because people who stay there are going through some of the toughest times in their life.
Oh, absolutely.
Tell me about the families that stay there.
So we have, the majority of our families are NICU families. So they have premature babies or babies that have been born with health complications. And they're over at Women and Infants Hospital, which is literally across the street. So you can see Women and Infants Hospital out the window of the Ronald McDonald House, which is a huge comfort.
Yep.
And if the house wasn't there, families are staying in the room, and you're really not resting.
Right.
You have all the machines going off, you have medical staff coming in and out.
Or you have to stay at a hotel if you don't live close by, which is very expensive.
Oh, yeah.
And then the other alternative is, you're sleeping in a waiting room, which is it's not healthy for you.
It's not.
And you need to be there for your child, because this is home away from home for the families of critically ill children.
Right.
And
and you have to be, present. And you can't be present and understanding what's going on with your child's medical care if you're exhausted and if you're not eating and if you're not resting and taking care of yourself. So what we do at the Ronald McDonald House is we provide everything that families need to get through their day, so they can focus all of their energy on their child over at the hospital.
Right.
And we have families from Women and Infants, Hasbro Children's Hospital, Rhode Island Hospital, Bradley's Children's Hospital, and we also have folks from physicians' offices come over. And pediatrics, we say our pediatrics is prenatal all the way up to the age of 21. Everything's sent over from referral for the hospital. So if the hospital has a family that thinks they could use a house, they send over a referral, and then if we have something available, the families are welcome to come on over and check in.
And there's staff on duty around the clock.
Right.
It's not like you guys are open business hours and you go home and people are on their own. You have staff that work there around the clock, volunteers at times, sometimes full-time staff. Their job is simply to be there and handle situations that come up, so the family doesn't have to worry.
Right. So we have an overnight resident manager that lives at the house.
Yep.
And Jason. And he, if anything comes up in the night and, families need something, they just call Jason, and he's there and can help them. Yeah,
he's
he is
very
fantastic.
good, does a great job. I mean, his heart is really into it. He loves what he does.
Yeah, he's really amazing.
And
thanks, Jay.
Yeah, Jay.
Thanks, Jay.
Good job, Jay.
Good job.
There are other events that happen. Obviously, we're talking about the golf tournament today, but you have other events that go on throughout the year. Is the Women's Classic.
That's right. 10th year coming up.
It's coming up, 10th year.
10th year.
Wow,
Woo.
Double digits.
10th year.
And that takes place in October.
It does.
And it's a women's only race.
That's right. Rhode Island's only women's only race.
There you go.
So we encourage you, if you are a woman and you walk, run, whatever you do, come on out and join us for the Women's Classic. It's a really great event at Brown University. We have the free kids races. We have obviously the women's yard and engineering 5K.
Yep.
And we have our Cardi's Furniture 3K walk, and we have our kids village. It's just a lot going on in this morning, and it's truly a great event, rain or shine. And we know that from last year because it was a little rainy last year.
Well, it's all right.
But it won't be this year.
That's okay. No.
We're getting the rain done with now.
Blue skies, nice,
That's
easy. Right. Very, very appropriate temperature. Whole nine.
Yeah.
You guys. I mean, it's bound to happen one of these years.
Right.
But really, the road race started off of the Women's Classic. Came to be out of the running club that
That's
is
right.
a very, very. It's a really cool way to get involved with Ronald McDonald House in Providence, because it's a healthy way to
give back.
Get active.
Yeah, exactly. And we started the running club, I think, 11 years ago.
Yeah.
And we started with 50 people.
Yeah. How many people in it now?
We are just under 300.
Wow.
Yeah.
And runners that are in the running club, they've represented the Ronald McDonald House Providence in a number of races.
Oh yeah, everything from the Boston Marathon to all of our local races here. We have, it's really a huge support for the house, and it's such it's so not intimidating. And you know, if you're just starting to run, and you're like, oh, I'm not good enough to join a running club just yet. Yeah. Oh no, you should join a running club, because you're getting coaching. You're getting coaching from some of the best coaches around.
Right, the Rothenbergs.
Bob Rothenberg was track and field.
Yep,
track and field coach at Brown University, and they stick with you. And and the thing that main thing that started this was how to give back to the Ronald McDonald House. So what they do is, when someone new joins a club, Bob takes them into the house and meets with them. That's one of the things that they have to do. They meet at the Ronald McDonald House.
Perfect.
So they know what they get a feel for what they're supporting. And then he goes over, your goals. And he will stick by you, and he will make sure that you are on track to meet your goals. And really hold you accountable. So if you're really interested
he's a no-nonsense kind of guy.
No nonsense, nope.
He's a no-nonsense kind of guy.
He's a get her done.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he's a great coach. And you know what? You can tell the difference between a person who is not coached or has, doesn't really understand how to run.
Right.
It's easy, but you need some coaching.
Oh yeah.
You need some guidance and direction, and that's what they offer. And again, it gives back to the Ronald McDonald House, which is, such a great way to be part of the community.
It really is. And they meet on Wednesdays. They meet at Brown University, and they do speed track workouts, which is, amazing.
Sure.
They also meet very early, I believe, on Monday mornings.
Okay.
I think in the 5 o'clock hour.
Notice
early for me.
Notice who isn't there. Notice. Hey, you know what? It's a great. There's a lot of people that get involved. You said that club is up to 300 people now. And there are people from all walks of life, all parts of the state, and even
all
nearby
ages,
Massachusetts.
Yeah.
This is great. If you and if you are a runner, and you want to get in with a great group of people, and the worst thing is, I would imagine, is going to some of these big races and being by yourself.
Yeah.
Well, now you've got this camaraderie, and you're doing it, and it's think of the awareness that you're helping to raise for the Ronald McDonald House, which is awesome.
Right. One of the things that they ask is that that the runners do, I believe it's 3 races a year, and they wear the Ronald McDonald House pennies.
Okay.
So,
great. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want to? I mean, who wouldn't want to support and show the support that way?
Exactly.
If people want to learn more about the house, if people want to learn how to get involved in everything, you guys are all over the place when it comes to social media. You're on Facebook.
We're on Facebook.
Yeah.
We're on Instagram.
Twitter. Perfect. Twitter.
You check out our rmhprovidence.org
website.
Yeah.
And
it's very easy to get in touch with us.
Yeah, it's not that hard. And, the best thing to do really is to follow you guys on Facebook, because from time to time, there's a need you guys have, and you share that information on the Facebook page.
Right.
It might be just, some kind of ancillary need, supplies that are, needed for the house. And it's, maybe that's the way you don't really have the time to commit to a few hours a week to go to the house or in the month. But when you're out doing your shopping, you can pick up a few extra items and drop it off.
That's right. Every Wednesday we have our Wish List Wednesday post. So if you're looking to get involved in that type of fashion, you can check out our Facebook page, Wish List Wednesday. Every Wednesday we have 3 of the main items that we need for that week. Or you can just go to our website. We have the full wish list posted on the website all the time.
And people can, on your website, people can do online giving as well.
Absolutely.
If they want to make a one-time donation or a recurring gift.
That's right.
You'll take their money anytime.
Anytime.
Write a check for $1, $2, $3 million. It's fine. Absolutely.
We'll take that for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll take that off
They'll
your
help you right out.
That's right.
They'll even do the big check presentation for something like that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You can take the check home too. You can absolutely. Well, Nicole, thank you so much for joining me. You know, hey, listen, it's a little rainy right now, but we're hoping for. We know it's going to be great weather on July 24th and 25th for the golf tournament, and then of course, obviously in the fall for the Women's Classic. It's going to be great. Nicole, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll get you back. We'll get you an umbrella. We need a carpooling with Ben umbrella, I think.
That's a great idea. Yes.
Get you to where you need.
Yeah, a little branding.
Absolutely.
I like that.
Didn't have to wash the car this week for the episode.
You know,
it's.
I really like this weather, though. I do.
You and the ducks. Thanks, Nicole.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.